it got really weird, okay, when he gave his musings on American history. I just, you know, you can't make this up. Look at the clip.
I mean, had Andrew Jackson been a little bit later, you wouldn't have had the Civil War. He was a very tough person, but he had a big heart, and he was really angry that he saw what was happening with regard to the Civil War. He said, there's no reason for this. People don't realize, you know, the Civil War,
yeah.
You think about it, why? People don't ask that question. But why was there the Civil War? Why could that one not have been worked out?
But you can find out more in the new book, Donald Trump's History 101, Andrew Jackson Prevents the Civil War. And you'll notice the foreword is by Frederick Douglass. I mean, what's happening?
He's not he is not a student of history. I mean, I took a class on the Civil War when I was in college, so people have.
How about you took a class on the Civil War when you went to grammar school?
Sixth grade. Okay. He's just not a student of it. What was surprising to me.
Gone with the Wind? We all saw that.
But it was surprising to me that he ties himself to Andrew Jackson, because if you are a student of history, you know that Andrew Jackson was known to be a volatile, violent, hostile man. You also know that he owned 150 to 300 slaves. His entire existence was based on slavery, and so he wouldn't have been angry about the Civil War. I think he would have supported it.
John Adams didn't have slaves.
This speaks to...
But he was from Massachusetts.
The blaring fact here is that he'll affiliate with any past president, and this reason he's seeking validation.
For Obama.
He's seeking validation from the inauguration crowds to the popular vote. He's trying to seem presidential, and he's seeking it anywhere he has to.
President Bannon that is sort of the historian.
Well, he's the one feeding him this. I think.
I actually think this is Trump, and I think this is about his own narcissism. Really interesting. Pulitzer Prize-winning historian John Meachin had said that Trump once told him that he thought he could have made a deal to end the Civil War. No, honestly, this is true. This has been reported. That Pulitzer Prize-winning historian John Meachin has said that he spoke to Trump, and Trump is saying, if I had been in power, I could have orchestrated a deal to end the Civil War.
You know what that means? You know, we were just discussing that. What that means is that Trump would have said, leave slavery to the states. But Abraham Lincoln said, no, we're not doing that. And that's the reason why he had the Civil War.
I think it's also, though, his worldview. He feels that some great negotiator, some leadership figure can come in and can heal all wounds. And he misses the complexity of history, which is that numerous compromises came out to end the Civil War, numerous presidents tried to do it.
The mental illness theory that I have, you know, the derangement theory, I think Andrew Jackson, in his portrait, is talking to Trump.
Anything is possible.
Sam, the dog.
Like Son of Sam, and like Nixon. Nixon, if you recall, Whoopi, you were around in those days.
I was around. I wasn't there, but
he was talking to the portraits, and the portraits were talking to him. And Andrew Jackson is saying, you know, you're the best, you're the greatest, you're tremendous, and he likes that.
Well, you know, I hope that...
More theories with Joy Behar.
Thank you.
I hope that that's true. I hope that that's what this is, because if it's not, we're in deep doo-doo.
I think we're in deep doo-doo if he's listening to the portrait.
No, I'd much rather have... I'd much rather have an acknowledgement of what was going on with him.
Yeah.
Because if this is not him talking to the portraits and getting some cojones from that, and this is just him... That's right, I said it.
Yeah. She said it.
You know? And this is just him doing this... like thinking this is the smartest way for him to portray himself as a...
Is this for real? We are comforted by the idea that our president is speaking to a portrait
I'd rather have him talking to a portrait than thinking of this on his own, because this would really be a whole other thing.
She also wants him to be diagnosed. That's the issue.
We have mentioned that, but you know what? It's not going to end here.